In the beginning, there was green. Lots and lots of green. But the people of Throw Island got used to it. In fact, after a while, they even started to like the green. Green houses, green cats, green people. But, through all this, there was one person who did not enjoy the green. It's me, the developer. For those who haven't heard, this is Throwbro from the game, Throwbro. I made the game pretty much to be a hard Kirby game, but Kirby was made to be an easy Donkey Kong game, so I don't really know what that says about him. The main gimmick of the game is that everything can and should be thrown to progress the game. I was really proud of the gameplay and uniqueness of it, but I had one more idea to make it stand out. Make it green. Now there was a lot more that led to that decision, namely it's the original Game Boy Color scheme. I saw lots of retro style games pop up. You had your Neo, NES, and SNES era start to rise, and I thought I would continue the trend of calling retro art a design decision rather than a budget constraint. So I did. For one whole year of development, I only made green art. Everything in this game is a shade of green. I pushed through the challenges, all the comments. Did you notice your game's green? Whoa, fan of Ben Bonk, I see. Great, now you can do one in black, blue, red, orange. Enough! Okay, you want to see some colors? I'll give you colors. Let's look here. There's green, red. No, too Virtual Boy. Blue. Taken. How about orange? Yes, this will do. So I added another color. After a whole year since the game's release, I decided it was time for new content. So the bro's getting an orange episode. With the joking aside, I wanted to do orange for a few reasons. One is that I really like the color. Another was to write this off as a fall update. And the third is because I actually bleed orange and white. That's right, go Vols. So I'd like to separate the development of this into 3 parts. The art and music, the story, and new gameplay. This update requires loads of new assets. I started with Throwbro. He has about 8 unique animation frames because I used to be very minimalist when it came to animation. However, I'm glad I did so this time because I only had to redraw him a handful of times. But you can't just take the green out of the bro. You also gotta take the bro out of the green. That sounded more inspirational in my head. I made an orange tile set and a background just to get a feel for if the game could even work if it were orange. And my first reaction was, yes, it actually really works with this art style. I also found myself feeling a little nostalgic when I saw this. Most of you probably have no clue we did this, but Throwbro was actually prototyped way back in 2020. We made a short tech demo in 1 hour, and the original art was a pink orangish palette. Seeing the game in this color felt like Throwbro was going back to his roots. But I had no time for being sentimental. I only had a month to make this. So I went on to make some music tracks that complemented the scenery. I was worried about being able to write music in the style of the game after taking a year break, but not to toot my own horn, I think I still got it. Here are some previews. Of course, if you like that, you can always visit our website to see all of our songs for our games. And after all that, it was time to move on to the story. And boy, do we have a story. Those who have played Throwbro know that it's full of whimsical characters and fun story. That's one of the things I love most about developing Throwbro. So I needed a solid reason for everything to be orange. As I was thinking, I tripped and fell on my keyboard and I ended up with, well, this. So yeah, I didn't really explain it, but there is a plot to this side chapter. Throwpaw moves into a new place, but it doesn't seem like everything worked out so well for him. You go to visit him for the holidays, but once you get there, he's in trouble and needs your help. Please send in your credit card number with the 3 funny numbers on the back. Also, I realized I never talked about this during development, but in every Throwbro world, there's a secret alien hidden somewhere. I didn't want to spoil that with the game's development, but the game's been out for a year, so it's kind of on you. Well, I wasn't going to add an alien to this world, but then I got this comment. And boom, I had my alien added. The last piece to put this all together was fun gameplay to complement it. As I mentioned earlier, the whole point of the game is that everything can and should be thrown to progress the game. I wanted some fall-themed mechanics to complement the art. I started with a leaf blower, but this leaf blower doesn't act like normal. When you grab it, you go flying off the ground. It may not seem like much, but I was able to do a lot with this. We have sections where you're ascending and trying to avoid spikes, and some where you're descending. To complement the leaf blower, I also added leaves. Naturally. This is a feature I wanted ever since the beginning of Throwbro development. I wanted to have something you can use to glide through levels, and with gliding, you also need an updraft. It's just standard at this point. And so this far into development, I only had about 3 weeks left, and I realized I needed an actual plan or this would never see the light of day. I drafted up 3 levels that would expand on these mechanics differently. The first would be called Fall Fever. and would use these mechanics I just shared. Then the player would move to the pumpkin patch, which meant pumpkins. Lots and lots of pumpkins. Now these pumpkins don't do much, but these rolling pumpkins do. I made an orange version of Throwbear that lobs pumpkins at you. Then I made fun challenges like ramps, slow pumpkins, climbing trees with pumpkins. It turned out pretty fun and I was starting to feel like I could make this happen. Then I got ambitious with only 2 weeks left. I really wanted a haunted house. It's something that felt necessary but didn't fit in with the base game. So what mechanics do I put in a mansion? Well, you could add zombies and undead creatures. You could have mysterious paintings at couch. Yeah, I added a possessed couch that takes you on a predestined route. And for all my speedrunners out there, you can totally skip most of these and feel cool doing it. I also wanted a ghost enemy. It's pretty basic. When you get in his space, he'll come all spooky-like. Ooh, I'm so spooked. One ghost is easy, but try dodging 5 of them while you're on a couch or in a corridor. While they only attack horizontally, we also have spiders which cover the vertical space. You can use them to get to higher ground too, so we had some level design options. The last mechanic I decided on was this possessed axe. Once you pass a certain part of the level, the axe will follow you and start swinging around. I was wondering why this seems so familiar, but then I remember that part in Mario where the sun tries to kill you. That feels relatable sometimes. I realized I had totally replicated that by accident. I wanted to build on this ending a little more, but by the time I built all this, I only had 1 week left till the end of November, and I was racing the clock. So I made the ending a floating couch with ghosts and axes and all kinds of crazy stuff combined. And with that, I had all the levels done. There was only one thing left to do: launch the update. You can play in a whole new Orange world right now, and for those of you who are new or haven't gotten Throwbro yet, I put it on a huge Steam sale. So if you've been waiting on the right opportunity to buy or are looking for the right gift for that special someone, I'd recommend checking out on Steam. Thank you guys for all your support. I couldn't do it without you. I had a lot of fun working on this, and with that, stay epic.